Okay, I hope everyone you can see the first slide. So I hope that we can keep the time in 1 hour. Maybe with less, and then at last maybe you can give. We have a Q&A session if you have any question. But today the aim is actually to brief you the role of communication ambassador and some of your tasks. Okay, so communication ambassador orientation 2022. Here's some of the agenda. Okay. First, I would like to tell you about the background of CA, the background of CA system. And then second, we'll be telling you about the CA WhatsApp. And then we'll talk about this Vision newsletter. And then we'll talk about the notice board and Facebook. And then fifth, we'll talk about Advantage identity and signboard. Sixth, we'll talk about PEM news website, the new website. Okay, before we continue, I would like to introduce two persons to you, which is in my team. The first one will be Sister Dan Hui Ying. Okay, Sister Dan Hui Ying. Okay, I'm sure everybody will familiar with her name. Most of the time, she helped me to send all this event and training. Right. I want to give a big applause to Sister Dan Hui Ying that have been helping us with all this news. She is the communication ambassador, but at the same time, actually, she has been assistant to most of the PEM department, okay, under Sabbath school and then Adventist service and whatever you can name it. She's the assistant, okay, multitasking lady. The other one will be Olivia James. Olivia James in waiting. Yes, she joined us this year. She will be the main, the copywriter or the editor. The writer for Vision. Okay, so I'm glad that Olivia James will be joining us this year onward, and we'll be able to see a lot of new articles and maybe some video script that will be done by her. Okay. Okay. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Donnie. I'm in the Honorary Communication Department Director. So as far as you know, honorary, this name that I don't really work full-time in the mission. So I'm work as a voluntary basis. So I didn't get paid. As a ordinary worker in mission. So I'm just like you, voluntary, helping the church and the mission to fulfill this task to get this information out. Okay. So of course, I have my own business. I'm a designer and video production company by my own, so that I have this kind of knowledge that I can have on this platform, on this department. So let's go into the first agenda about the background. The background of the CA system started in 2016 during the mission section. So the mission is to accomplish the two-way communication between the mission and the local church. Okay, this is our mission. We'll accomplish this two-way communication. So you know about communication, as you can see the logo. It's not an official logo here, but a CA, you can see there's the two dialogue chat box, right? So it's not just one-way communication, but keep in mind it's two-way. We want to hear from the mission, and we also would like to hear the voice from the church. So how do we accomplish this? So at that time, we need to solve some problem, okay, to get the news and event out. The second one is the workload of the pastor, okay? You know, our pastor have been multitasking and a lot of things we have to take care. So CA, one of the major tasks is to ease the workload of the pastor. And then the mission also to improve the system of the communication. So from 2016 to 2019, we started the CA system, and then we have the poster design, and then we educate a poster design for every church, and then we improve the vision, and then the website, okay, make a new and updated content in the website, 5, help the department to create a set of promoting material beside posters such as PPT and web banner, flyer, banners, and bonding. And 2019 started to educate the use of video in department. Okay, as time go by, since last section, you see a lot and promote video coming when they have event and training, right? So on 2020 to 2021, some of the tasks we educate to use of the video as more advanced level of promoting material in a more eye-catching way after the essential poster and flyer. Okay, renew the website for the evangelistic purpose. So I do not know whether you remember, but I mean, I could remember like before 2016, right? I still see some of the notice board back then. Okay, now we are, maybe you already forgotten. We are so, I mean, IT, I mean, everything in IT and everything on the cloud, right? But back then we still use the notice board that a lot of time I see the department or the mission, when they have event, they will come up just like black and white with all the text as a poster. Okay, if you still remember those times. So I'm wondering that, I mean, wow, who will come to read all this? Only those who like to read, maybe they will come to the notice board and then they will, what? They will read and then they will know, I mean, about the event. So there's a very major problem that at this time, that at the time also maybe WhatsApp is not so popular, maybe. Okay, so to resolve, every church appointed a communication ambassador, and then we started a poster design training at that time. Okay, so at the time, if some of you are still here, that you still remember this poster design event. I mean, about teaching them about photo illustrator. Most of the church participate, maybe half of it. Okay, I'm the one to have give this training at the time, and here are some of the participants from the communication ambassador of the assigned media person in your church. And then the second one, 2019, that we have a mobile filmmaking workshop at that time. And then we have the Hope Channel representative from SAUM. Some of you are here. I think I saw Olivia, you are in the picture, right? Is it you? Okay, so yes. You were there that time. Okay, some of them, I mean, some of the, you know, Doreen, I mean, after the training, actually, he, I mean, joined SAUM Hope Channel in Thailand right now. Some of you know, I think it's Daniel Victor, right? Yeah. And some of the kids, some of them that having this certificate, and this is a group photo. Some of the pastors join as well. Okay. Then before this online media and digital evangelism from SAUM, actually we were planning before the mobile, after the mobile phone, we want to have an advanced digital training. Okay, but you know, that time when COVID hit, that we cannot have the offline event. Excuse me. Then the next year, 2021, we have the SAUM, the Hope Channel, giving us about a 6 month, every 2 weeks once media course. Some of you might have missed this. We're looking forward in the future. We have more on this training. So here's some of the schedule at the time: digital evangelism, script writing, video production, photography, lighting art, and basic video editing, everything. Okay, so we have been doing all this some time ago. This is last year. And then from the GC side, Hope Channel, they have this event we have been sending out, storytelling and advanced remote photography. So I just would like to let you know, maybe some of you missed this, but I think it's very important that you pay attention in the WhatsApp group, right? We have keeping sending all this event. You have to send this out, forward this out to your church member, because if you do not do this, perform this task, maybe a lot of meeting or event training that's very good, that they will be missed out. Okay. So at the time, I mean, since 2016, we see a lot more poster in your notice board, in your WhatsApp group, and then after the poster training design, and then this is some of the outcome. We encourage the church, even though you do not have someone who do this poster design, try to hire some of your church member or find volunteers that are able to do poster design instead of just a black and white notice or just a black and white text message in your WhatsApp group. Okay, you see that, I mean, some kind of thing, you spend so much time on the poster design, but this is very essential. Please keep in your mind. Okay, the picture tells 1,000 words, right? So here I list down 5 things, the task for CA. You can capture the screen, but later, of course, I will send this PDF, this PowerPoint presentation to all CA so that you can take note and remember what we have been taught this morning. So let's go through one by one here. Communication ambassador general responsibility. Okay. The first one. So get in touch with PM communication department through WhatsApp group for mission news, event, training, and promote it in the local church. I will just go through, I mean, it's the simple English, right? Everybody will know. And then behind, I mean, this slide, I mean, I will talk more about it. So get in touch does mean what I will be sending in the WhatsApp group, please forward it, promote it in the church, make announcement during before the worship, right? So second, discover news from the local church and submit it to the PEM vision newsletter. So this is how we complete two-way communication. Okay, besides raising or complain or everything, I mean, to your church or church leader, right? We want to hear news from every church. Whatever happened, I mean, write to PM vision newsletter. Okay, this will work as well to keep one of record and picture in our PM history, what the church has been done. 3, the third one will be help the local church department promote their event with poster design, video making, social media advertising. So, you know, being a CA is not just one-man show sometimes. Actually, you can form your team in your group. In your team, actually, you can have a writer, you can have a photographer, and you have poster design, I mean, graphic designer, or videographer. So you can form a team, okay? You can grow. Like in the mission, we are also hoping that this communication department, beside, I mean, soon in the future, maybe I will focus on another ministry. So I hope actually a full-time communication director will come in maybe in soon the future, or a full-time acting communication director will come in so that, I mean, they can do more. Just like you in your church, if you have a team, you have a writer, photographer, and graphic designer, I mean, you can do more with this communication team, okay? So the fourth will be manage notice board, TV, Facebook, and website, okay? The essential one will be the notice board, but we know from COVID period, people don't go to church. We change to online. So what take place? Facebook actually take place. If, I mean, beside the WhatsApp, Facebook actually is kind of the digital notice board for your church member, for your followers. Okay, so manage it. Fifth, ensure local church is identified properly to the public. Okay, the first year when I become a communication director, I attended the communication council from SAUM. I discovered one thing that maybe you might not know, that this is also under the care of communication. You know, communication also take care of the appearance of the church. The appearance of the church actually is the image of the church. So that's why the interior and the exterior of the church also, you have to go to survey. Maybe there's a broken door, or anything. Because when visitors come in, they will look at the church. We want to give the best impression, first impression to the visitor and church member. Let's say if you went to the you go to the McDonald's and you see, wow, it's so dirty. Went to the toilet, it's so stinky. Do you want to go to that McDonald's? No, you don't, right? So same to our church. We need to keep the church logo signboard. We need to let the people know that this is Adventist Church. And then B, if you can have a schedule board in front, at the entrance. Some of you, your church is a shop lot. Then put a schedule board or timetable of the church worship and other services. Okay, C, direction to the church and schedule. We know SAUM or GC have been encouraging us to make directional signboard, not a building signboard. Directional signboard, that means like how many km from this location, it got you 500 meters to your church. But we know maybe your town council won't allow a church directional signboard. Sabah and Sarawak, they are more Christian based. As you go up to the Mount KK, you will see a lot of directional signboard like Catholic, how many meters more, right? Catholic church, how many meters more? This actually is also an advertisement, for their church as well. But unfortunately, maybe in Peninsula, we couldn't do that. But at least, okay, you do it, nearby, as far as you can, maybe a banner, if you can. The other thing is online. If you have a website, Facebook and Google Map, nowadays you can insert all this time so that when people search nearby, they want to go to Sungai Petani, the church. What time they have a service, they can all read by the Google Map. There's a timetable over there. Okay. So D, the appearance of the church interior and exterior tidiness. Okay. So even the toilet is under your care. You don't want to present a stinky or dirty toilet to your visitor. Let's go on. So agenda number 2, CA WhatsApp group. So you are already joined in this group. We do not need everybody to really respond, say, okay, I got it, or I maybe like some of your practice in church, you want to respond. But we just expect you that whatever we post here, whatever Sister May post here, you'll be able to forward to your church. Or maybe some of your, the event that, you need to go ask your church board, maybe this event, the church board that, they want to discuss before they send it, but make sure you go as soon as possible. And then as soon as possible, you will share this information out. Okay. And then I'm sure that you have a question, CA, some time ago that we are like multilingual churches in the CA communication and also the church, right? So we encourage, the department director, if they can come out like 4 languages, it will be easing your task. But if some of the department, they do not have the resources, some human resources that could help them to translate, or the event only have one English, I still encourage you to forward this to your church, because some of them, they might understand English, they might join. Okay. The other thing that I want to thank you, some of you are being very hardworking, that even though there's no English, there's no Mandarin, Tamil or Bahasa, only English. Some of you very hardworking, that you go translate the title so that some of church members know what is going on about this event. Or some of you even translate even the time and then the short introduction, to the church. But we're thankful to some of the department director that you can see now, they prepared work, in 4 languages. Okay. Want to thank you for that. Because as you know, as voluntary or honorarily, and the small team in communication, we might not be able to fulfill this task for all departments. So please be understand. So we want to give this task back to the director department. If they come out with 4 languages, like recently the health department and the Sabbath school, we're thankful that they have 4 languages prepared for you. If not, maybe you can help, to ease the work to do the translation. Okay, so sorry for that. My kid is behind. I will keep them away. So you have another question is, how many times should I promote an event? Okay, please take note of this. Okay, so in the WhatsApp group, we would like you to encourage you one time once you receive. Okay, one time, the first time once you receive, okay, you forward directly to your church group. Okay, and then 1 to 2 weeks before the deadline or event, so that you make a reminder to them before the deadline. Let's say maybe a AOY or the youth camp meeting, there's a period of deadline, right? So 1 or 2 weeks before deadline, you send the same, promotion text and also the poster or video, promote video to the WhatsApp group, so that they are able to be reminded. Okay, just a moment. Okay, let's continue. Second, church announcement. You are able to do 2 weeks of announcements in a row. Okay, like before the worship, 2 weeks. Okay, so let the superintendents, the MC, to announce this in your church. And then 1 or 2 weeks before the deadline of the event. If that event is very long, they promote it like 3 months ago, maybe in the middle is the optional, you can make an announcement as well. So have them promote it, okay, in the church. So agenda number 3 is vision, the newsletter. Okay, as you can see, the previous, the very beginning will be black and white, and then we try to improve from graphic design wise, so that we'll be able to attract people to read. Okay, you know that, due to the limitation of the resources and manpower, this actually is by the contribution, most of it come by the contribution by the local churches. When they have news update, they send it. We hope that in the future, maybe we can, instead of quarterly, we can do it in bi-monthly, and then maybe monthly. Okay, we are hoping to aim, if then we can get the news. Okay, at least it's the news, so everybody want to have the news, because some of you may think, oh, 3 months later, then, but it's good that we still knew. If we do not have this vision, maybe we do not know what's happening, from the other church. The other thing that, of course, we want to improve the website and also the Facebook, so that you can get immediately news from it. Okay, so here is some of the vision from the past: 17, 18, 19, 20. As you can see, we've done it very nicely. 21 and the coming 22. So you have been seeing recently the first Vision 71 in March already releases. Want to apologize that, due to the vision session and the Chinese New Year, a lot of things has been delayed. We are able to make it the last day of March, but I still encourage you to send it out, share it out, because the designer, also some of the worker having COVID at the time. So we try to be understand, but at last we still able to publish it. Okay, but now we are mainly doing the digital copy. Maybe when everything resume back in the offline church, we are able to do a hard copy as well. But right now, please encourage them to read, so that they can get news from it. So following by 72, the cover is already up. 73, and then you can see the team, and 74. Okay, this is a quarterly. So I do not want to play this video, but I just want to show you every vision come with a news video. Please share it if you can. share, put it up in your church announcement. It's just like 2 to 3 minutes, so that when people they can before they flip into the vision newsletter, they are able to listen to president or the encouragement word, so that they can know what is happening. Okay, in this video also talk about some recently or upcoming event, so that they will know what is coming up. Okay, so I hope that before you send out everything, you yourself also read, you also watch the video, and then encourage, know what is happening. Okay, so here's come a very important as the vision article submission guide. You can see in every vision, you can find it in the vision. The recent copy is in page 30. So we would like to give you this guide, so that when you write, you put it in a Microsoft Word, and then you email it, but put the picture not in the Microsoft Word, separately, email it separately. Okay, because we want to get as a high resolution picture, as high res as possible. Then you can email to vision@advantage.org.my. Okay, so this is some of the guide you can look through, and then you can see the deadline over there. But whatever, if we miss, okay, on that issue, maybe we will forward it into next issue. But as soon in the future, if we have a monthly vision newsletter, then of course we will make an arrangement to share it as soon as possible. Okay, so this is vision article submission guide. Agenda number 4. Okay, this is the notice board and Facebook. So now we know that a lot of church, you're starting back offline. This is very important in your church. Maybe they will miss the WhatsApp group promotion, and then they will miss the church announcement. But if you have a potluck section, or they will pondering about around the church, they will see whatever is going on, through this notice board. Okay, so one of the tasks is manage the notice board. Last time, some of the posters is prepared by the department. They will send it to you. But I encourage you, if your church afford to buy a A3 size printer, please go ahead, because it is very helpful. You can print your church event in A3 size, put in a notice board, or else you can just go to the local digital copy center. Very cheap right now. They just print a colorful A3 size poster. Whenever you get a poster from mission or the church, you have it, print it out and put in this notice board. So as we say, beside the notice board, we will have some kind of TV. If you have a budget, this kind of digital, it's an ordinary TV, flat TV, LCD TV. You can put the poster, and then like a digital media, it is go on capture, the attention of the church member or visitor. Okay. So I encourage some of church, maybe you already have it. Some of church, maybe you can put, your communication department actually can apply a budget yearly. Okay, talk to your pastor, how much budget you want to put in a poster, how much budget you want to, maybe you want to have a digital media TV like this. Okay, whatever do with the communication, you can put a budget in your church and discuss with the church board and treasurer. So now come to the Facebook page. Okay, so I want to go through very quickly about how we can improve our Facebook page. 2 years ago, before lockdown, we give the CA one of the tasks is, manage the Facebook page. But from then, I'm sure that everybody go, your online worship through Facebook Live, and then you already starting to update it. So first thing I would like to tell you about, whenever you post something in your Facebook, right? The SEO is search engine optimization. You help yourself or your church to be, be able to searchable in the whole World Wide Web. Okay, don't think that on Facebook, I mean, is also just a simple social media. Whenever they want to type, I mean, Sungai Petani Adventist, okay, I keep saying Sungai Petani, or maybe there's a Igbo Chinese, okay, website, I mean, Facebook page. I mean, they are able to search. Even a picture, you know. Last time I tried to search my name, it's come out. I mean, it pop up on the search engine. My picture is Donny Tan, is in the website. They are able to, I mean, put you in the search engine. Okay, so keep photo and video in the album, and weekly post, active online. I will talk more detail in one by one. Create event and send Facebook invitation beside your hard copy. Send Facebook invitation. Set your church location in your Facebook. So the first one, allow people to be able to search your church online when you have a regularly updated Facebook page. Very important. Okay. Then second, keep photo and video in Facebook album. You know, if your church can, I mean, all this while, I don't think all the church practice this, but I encourage you, a church, you can buy a SSD hard disk so that you can have all your church event, pre-event or after event, the photo, you can keep it in a production archive copy. Okay, so whenever, whoever in the a decade in the future, the new director or leader coming up, they want to write a history about a church, they're able to find it from your local hard drive. But if you do not have it, try to put a photo or video in your local church Facebook, because why? It's free, right? And then whenever you want to write historical for your church, or pull up some picture, you can find from Facebook. But I mean, of course, Facebook allow you to have two options, to keep original resolution copy or just a normal copy. You can decide for that. Okay, so I encourage you, keep the photo and video in Facebook album. The third one, weekly post, make your Facebook active online. Okay, by doing so, you are able to make your page active and perform a good SEO, the search engine optimization. If you create a post with a title, Adventist have, you know, whenever okay, of course, we know a lot of big Adventist health industry have been out there, but if you're big enough, you have active enough, you are be able to search when people search on Google or Safari, you know, people will be able to search while they type health for Adventist. Be creative and attractive on your title, okay? Fourth, create event using the Facebook to send Facebook event. Even though we know that sometimes our church have a lot of maybe old people, they not used to it, but I mean, you prepare this for your future kids. I mean, the new generation, they try to train them up to do this so that you can attract more people in the public if you're doing a public evangelism. So create event allow you to boost the post by paying certain amount also. Okay, you can boost posts of advertisement fees to invite people who are interested on your event. Okay, so number 5, set location and worship time. As we have been told earlier, allow people to find you and use the map in Facebook to find your church location and know your schedule. Okay, so this is very important as well. Go to your Facebook, set your address there, and then the time of worship, even other activity, your youth group and Bible study or the care group, anything you put in there. Okay, so Facebook page key of success. Okay, assign person in charge, only 3 points here. Assign a person in charge and photographer to post and upload nice photo. Nice photo will attract people, okay? And then keep update regularly, and then make it beautiful, interesting to the public. So this is key to success to making a Facebook page. Of course, you can find a lot more way. You're more professional than me, maybe. So this is one of the example. I get it from the Amazing Fact, you know, get all I mean, you go to the the left side column, right? You have the post, event, video, post, Photoshop. Even you want to sell something, get it updated, and then you have regular posts, and then at the about you can see that have even phone number, and then put person number or the some of the communication person. You can let them to WhatsApp you. Okay, so upcoming event. What you can do is upcoming, announce it. Maybe even you can do it for weekly Sabbath sermon. You see, so people will come because they know it. Unless people after event, maybe you didn't tell me about that, right? So you can make upcoming event, even make a event for the Sabbath. Okay, our church pastor and some of the person who have in it he'll also doing it a Sabbath sermon, like who is speaking next Sabbath. Okay, keep the photo here, and then maybe once a week I will encourage alternative days also can. Okay, here come to the other agenda is about this identity of the church and also the appearance of church. Back then, 2020, we started a campaign because as an honorary, we cannot go to every church to do fulfill the survey for a church. So I encourage, the CA to do this on their church. But 2020 on March, we have lockdown, right? A serious lockdown. So this campaign doesn't work because as a cleaning day, we're actually asking everybody to come back to the church. Maybe, to love their church, to keep their church tidy so that, they have a gotong royong, and then they can put the photo before and after and show the church. I love my church campaign. I encourage you in the soon future, if you resume your offline church, you do a gotong royong before, asking everybody to come back so that, it make the church appearance tidier. Okay, if you have been to some church, some of the Adventist church, they didn't care about this. It gives very bad impression actually. But maybe you are already immune on that. Okay, you didn't notice about that because every day you have passing by. Oh, it is already normal. But to the some visitor, right? They really care about it. Maybe because of this, next week they will not turn out again. They want to look for more tidier church. Give them a comfortable feeling, Okay, so we even have the pre-evaluation form for some of the leader to take, and then the church member were able to put it down. Okay, and then the church board will discuss about that. Okay, the entrance of the church is very messy. The sanctuary, the stage, behind the stage, the audio system, the audio blah, 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 is very bad. Okay, so pre-evaluation and post-evaluation. Oh, here come to maybe the last, the second last, Adventist identity and the signboard. Okay, let's see. So please take very serious about this because we do not want everybody to miss this out. The signboards for the church, we have a standard for it. Okay, from all the way from GC. Before we go to the signboard, I would like you to capture this screen or maybe take it down. This website, you must go in to visit and watch the video. So as a CA, the identity is very important. Okay, what's the identity? It's about the logo and the uses of the font. And as you can see on this website, the using of the system, they already have some of the guideline, the application, and the signage. Okay, so you go to visit. Okay, we will not play the video now, but one of the more important things that I would like to let you know is the color of the logo. We no longer using the two-color logo. Okay, previously we have the gold and the green color, and then also of course the text also different color, three-color logo. But now GC set a standard logo. We only use one color, but whatever color you can use for your church. Okay, because in the videos is mentioned about, because a lot of culture different, like Chinese and maybe India, they prefer different color, but only use one color, okay, for the logo. But of course, in your church, you can use when different department, you can choose whatever color for that department on that poster, particular poster. Okay, it's free of use of the color. But but I want to mention about Peninsular Malaysian Mission. We adopted the white and blue color for a standard signage, and the blue and dark gray. Okay, let me show you this. So you can capture this, later you can refer back to the PDF. This is the official PEM church signboard. Okay, started from the English church. Of course, in Malaysia, we need to put the gereja over there. And then the main title will be the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and then followed by the location and the language. Okay, and then Tamil Church is a standard. Okay, we cannot put. Let's say I assume that the Tamil is also mean Seventh-day Adventist Church, but you cannot put Seventh-day Adventist Tamil Church. Okay, like the Mandarin, 基督福临安息日会 is like Seventh-day Adventist Church. Is not Seventh-day Adventist Chinese Church. So for the main team, the main title will promote only one church, Seventh-day Adventist, and then the location and then the language. Okay, so you can have two colors to choose for your signboard. Either the left side is the white and blue, or the gray. And some church, they say white might be very easy to get dirty. Then you can have the option of choosing gray and blue. So this is approved by the EXCOM. I think Dr. Gary Kwan know about this when he's still serving in the EXCOM or last session. So this is approved by the EXCOM. So another one is the timetable signboard. We want to make it as a standard as well. So this is how we perform as signboard. If you only have one language, right, you do only the English on the left side. If you have bilingual, then you do the both side like this. Okay. So this is from the GC website. You can the identity website. You can see this is the guide. But one of the things that if we go to this after we design it, okay, you have to contact the communication department to give you this artwork. You just give me your church location and then the worship time, and then we will give you this artwork, okay, because we want to standardize it. So signboard artwork, please contact communication at adventist.org.my. And then after we provide you the artwork, you need to submit to your local town council because you're making a signboard. The town council, okay, can tear it down if you do not apply for a permit. And then they might change. Different town council might change everything. Some of them, they want the bahasa to be very big, then you have to come back to me, to the communication department, so that we need to make adjustment. So some of the local church, maybe you'll find that, how come this look a little bit different because the town council wanted it to be like that, okay? But the standard one I already showed you. So here is some of the example already. Some of the church, we do not need you to really do it immediately, but along the way you want to change your old signboard, okay, at the time you communicate with the communication department. Okay, so if you have more budget, you can do like what PJ English is doing. There's a lighting when system, LED system in this logo at night, it will glow as well. Okay, you can have a light LED light signboard. Okay, but at least you have what? Maybe you can put the lamp signboard as a aluminum frame signboard as well. Okay, but I want to mention this. This is not too personal to that church, but we have provided this signboard, okay, to them, but they amend it. They amend it and make it look differently. So I'm sorry to Kulim Church that I would like to say we cannot amend the logo and on the right to become this, because actually the signboard, as you can see, the logo is at the top right corner, and this one actually is following the 7th grade. So I encourage you to go look, watch the video, because this cycle actually follow the 7th grid. You do not know what is the 7th grid because we put it into 7 column. Okay, so the last bar is the 7th grid. Okay, so another thing I would like to tell you, to go into download the toolkit on this is the same website. Adventist Design is the Adventist Identity website. Okay, / download toolkit. You can download the official logo and then the font as well. Make sure you have, when you have poster design, you make sure you use the right font. Okay, download. Here comes the last part, PEM new website. Let me see the time. Okay, we only have 5 minutes left. Okay, PEM new website. I encourage you to go to visit the website. We try to, okay, give you a just quick run video. Okay, we have spent a lot of time like putting this up together. As you know, putting up a website takes months to do it. And of course, we have been trying to put a lot of resources inside as time go by. As you can see from the website, you can see the previous vision and the previous Adventist new video is in one of the menu. So you can feel free to go. If you want to review the previous version. Okay, and also in that website, we have put the directory of all churches. And then we, the last thing we need to do is just link at the last part is link to the address to the Google Map. So whenever they come to the website, they just click the link so that they're able to find your church. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, this is the old website. Okay, we no longer use this website, but a lot of things we try to put in back to the new website. This is the GC standard website. This is the adventist.org.my. So you go through the menu. On top is the resources that you can see from the video that we put one page is with the worldwide resources, Sabbath school and children ministry, whatever. From GC. You can go there and click to make yourself easier, because sometimes you search on the Google, they come up a lot of other stuff, right? And then news will be the individual newsletter and the Adventist, and then you can find the church, and then the giving, is linked to the giving, the Adventist giving. You can pay your tithe and offering online, click here and then go there. And then try to find the serve is the opportunity, serve in the mission or the MAUM, union, and then here's the contact. And then we try to make this website link to the hope, discover hope, right? Want to give that impression to people. If you scroll down a lower part, you can see 133 step, and link to the hope, discover hope, so that people, when they come in, they're not just looking for news, they're looking for Bible study. Okay, and then we show them our belief, and the people actually is the all other department. Right now is only a brief introduction for all department. When we have time in the future to develop for each department a page, then maybe we have more resources on their page. And then our church is a history, and then you can read about our church and then study the Bible. So give yourself time to visit. If your church haven't played that video, right? I will send also the promote video for you so that you can play in your church maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so that they can go, to visit the website. So almost the end. I will send this to you as well. As a single slide so that you will keep all this in mind, what you need to do. This is general responsibility for the CA, communication ambassador. So here's a summary of our agenda. We already complete it. So alas, the happiest thing. I want to thank you for your time here, being here and being a communication ambassador. I would like to give you the token of appreciation to all CA that attended, this morning orientation. Yeah, we're 2 minutes more. So Sister May, Sister Hui Ying, okay, will give you this digital voucher through your email. We have your email. She will take note who attended this meeting. And then this is the gift voucher of 20 ringgit. Want to, on behalf of publishing ministry, I want to thank you that, of course, this fund comes from communication department, okay? But I want to thank you, publishing ministry, to prepare this for us, okay? Please note that there's an offer time limit until June 30th. You want to use this voucher, and then you can go to the website of Adventist Book Center. You can use the digital, or else you can, if you do not know how to do that, you ask Sister May. The other thing is, of course, the term and condition, minimum of purchase of 40 ringgit, okay? So I hope you could buy some children book for your kids, family worship books or devotional book. Make use of this 20 ringgit before June 30th, okay? Otherwise, you will just wait, okay? So thank you for your time. Communication is the real work of leadership. As you know that, if we miss communication, the whole church actually will be chaotic. No communication happening in a department or in the mission level or even the GC level, the work will not get it out. So from this person, you say the quote from this person, communication is the real work of leadership. I would just like to thank you and ask you to perform your task and responsibility. This is very important role for your church and for mission. So I would like to thank you for your time and hope that everyone will be able to fulfill your task, on coming years. Okay, before we end, I would like to ask if you have any question. I'm sure I give a very detailed briefing today, right? So I just would like to ask one more time, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or write in the chat. Let me see. Is any question? Bahasa. Oh, someone asked about Bahasa earlier. What is that question about, Bahasa?
It's me actually. Actually, I already understand about the signboard because I saw that there are signboard for English, Tamil, and Mandarin, but no for Bahasa. But just now I got it.
Okay, good. Okay, you saw it. Any other question? At the Adventist website, I saw only have English. Do we have the language to choose to read on the website? Thank you for raising up this good question. Okay, like the Vision newsletter as well. It takes time to develop. Maybe in the soon future, when we fully develop the English one, then if they have resources, we try to have other languages. Okay. So it takes time. See, thank you for giving us this question. Yeah, of course, we know that in Peninsular Malaysia, we are very unique. We have 4 languages, but whenever we want to perform 4 languages, it's not just like Zoom that you can hire one person and then they can do the translation. When you do a poster, one person, you need to do translation, and then the graphic designer have to go to 4 languages and then design a poster or video, and then you have to promote video make into 4 languages or even the subtitle. All these need human resources. So I bet for your understanding for the current moment, if we have more offering, the mission can hire more people in the group, getting more. My aim at very beginning is, if we have 4 assistant, one for Mandarin, one for English, one for Bahasa, one for Tamil, it would be very good. But it need money, right? It need money, it need resources. Okay, so our time is up. So I guess if you have any more other questions, you can ask personally to Sister Hui Ying, or anytime. You can pop up anything if you want to ask about that particular event. Can give some time to Olivia. Can you have something to say? Sure.
Yeah, so hi everyone. As introduced, I'm Olivia, the new writer for Mission. And since I'll be helping the communication department in terms of vision and some communication stuff, we are really looking forward to hearing news or stories or updates from your local churches, so that we can keep updated with what's going on with our churches in PEM. And also, it's also a form of churches encouraging and edifying one another. And I think what's important is that we here at Mission, especially in the communication department, we will be able to know what to pray for each church. And as also mentioned in terms of the article submission guidelines, I would like to highlight that please don't worry too much about grammar. We editors are happy to bear that for you. We just want you to share stories and testimonies which you can actually use to glorify God. And of course, be mindful with the other guidelines that was shared earlier. So in order to kickstart this and hopefully to make it easier on your side, I would like to request for each CA to share your church's annual event calendar. This is so that the communication department can also keep track with the events and hope to see how we could help and support your local church. So I will communicate with each CA personally, and I look forward to work with each and every one of you. God bless.
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your help. I hope that we can collaborate in the future more. So that happy Sunday and God bless. Bye.